Nice.
We are family.
You got a problem.
Hey, you gotta understand what the topic is today.
I do.
Immediate copyright
but-
strike.
Yeah, you immediately just copyright stroke us, and you're fucking us up, man. What the fuck?
Hey, shitty singing
All I said
now.
is we are family.
Audio jungle.
Audio jungle, motherfucker.
Anyway,
I just realized I was
Welcome.
muted. I literally was saying copyright. Oh my bad.
welcome to episode 65 of the Beyond Pixels podcast.
Action.
Where'd it go?
Today, we are talking about VR families. And are they weird? Are they good? Are they bad? How do you feel about them?
I have a VR mother. What does that say?
You're gay.
We're going to get to
That's
that.
What?
I
So
don't know.
VR
if she's up right now.
families.
She might-
Wild beginning.
Shame.
Ow!
First,
Let me see. Actually, let me see if she's even
What did
online.
you do?
I'm gonna message her.
Did you sit on your balls? Did you sit on your balls? It's happened to me.
His balls are not that big. His balls are not that big, bro. His balls are not that
Testicular
big.
compression?
God.
My balls are not that big, bro.
Testicular
Let me
torsion?
tell you, my balls are not that big.
That's something
Bro,
else.
Anyway.
listen down. I
God.
should be dragging
Anyway.
across the ground every time I walk.
so first thing I want to start off with is how do you feel about VR families? And we're not talking like, well, actually, no, yeah. How do you feel about VR families? So
Weird as
who wants
fuck.
to start?
Well, I literally
they are
just
so-
invited
I guess
my
we're
dear
starting with
mother to
you.
Try and join us. If she wants.
She'd have to be in the podcast group.
Okay, first of all, they are so
Was she?
fucking
Is
weird.
This not,
Yeah, this is a group.
It's group
just
public.
It's not. It's
My
group
my
only.
ex,
Group.
my ex,
Goddamn.
when we played this shit, like she had one for a little while, like a fucking VR chat mother or whatever. And I was like, why the fuck do you? Why? It's so fucking
Because
weird.
some-
You have a real life mom right over there.
No, but
and-
because sometimes real life parents are just not the best.
Yeah,
I see how it is.
That's why I don't have a VR
she's
father,
a good
just a
woman.
mother.
I know her
I've got a
mom.
great
She's a
father.
good
talking
My
about you.
mother is not so great.
But here's
I
the
have
stuff.
a
Here's the
good
thing is that
mom.
is that I had a massive problem with her because she's a fucking dick. She was a dickhead. Like most of the people that was around that woman in particular were so fucking weird. This woman was like in her 30s. In her 30s. While me and her were like 16 and 17 at the time. So like
What?
this was
Okay,
years
then.
ago.
Well, let's put it like this. My VR mother is actually younger than me. So,
Vampy,
Your
so
mother
I-
is actually
You're one
older
of the,
than me.
you're the oldest person here.
I have a lot
probably,
of
currently.
VR children. I
Yeah.
used to have a lot of VR wives and husbands too. I did all
Number
that on
69
stream
here.
as a giant meme because that was hilarious back in the day.
Yeah,
I
that
never
was
did
fun to
any of it
witness.
like for real. But there are a couple
So be understand.
couple guys
It was
that
bad.
looked at me more as a older brother sort of thing or a parental figure sort of thing in weird ways. So there's that. There's some people that I was just like, you know what, you're my kid now. I'm gonna treat you like that.
oh yeah, Fallen.
Oh god.
That's a
The
funny
redheaded stepchild.
story.
Admirable.
Funny
Yeah, like
story.
I just looked at you and I'm
Um,
like, you're my kid now.
Turtle has
Travis, I'll
had
talk about it
a
later.
massive influence on my life since I've been watching this one right here since I was 12.
God, I've ruined him.
Oh god.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm
What do you
pretty
mean
sure
by that?
What do you mean by that? Elaborate.
I'm 18
Consider.
as of this year. So,
Yeah, 6 years,
um,
Turtle.
six-
You're
six or
6
7 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yo, I'm not the youngest one here
yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, I'm the youngest one.
Turtle
Woo.
corrupts all, young and old.
God, I was corrupt.
Whoa,
Did I
whoa, shut the
corrupt
fuck
you?
up. Don't say
Yes.
that shit stuff.
How? What did I do? You alcoholic?
That's the problem. You got him there.
No, he was drinking
That's okay.
more before
That's
I met
okay.
him.
That's okay, this guy didn't even remember me. I had to start yapping about him. when I
Okay,
when
you know,
I
I got some
started
memory
talking
problems.
about
We're not
it.
going to talk about that, though.
I mean, I got some memory problems, but geez, the only thing I don't remember is how I met you at the time.
Wait, who are you people?
Because I was drinking.
Yeah, this one got me into VR chat. This one got me into VR chat, which yeah.
I don't need that.
Anyway, so VR families, they're pretty common. But they range from just saying, oh, you're my kid, and that's that, all the way to I've seen people have extensive family trees in VR chat where
Oh, you
they've
mean
got
it-
grandparents, great-grandparents, grandchildren,
extensive family
uncles,
circles.
nephews.
Not even trees anymore. It's circles.
Yeah, that too. But no, there was one friend. I don't remember who they are anymore, but they were telling me about their family tree in VR chat, and it was just like they named off 30 people that are all interconnected in some way, and I'm just like, what? So you've got like 6 siblings, 3 parents, 18 grandparents. How does any of this make sense?
That's
Well,
the
I'm
neat thing.
curious, how-
It doesn't.
Yeah,
I
and
think
how-
I think I could actually make it make sense in a way. It's just trying to find the words to explain it. Like, think about it as like RP prep. Like, if you're not in RP yet, but being in a VR family is like preparation for like getting into actual role play, like into story arcs and into like, you know, for example, Fractured
Sex?
Thrones, or for any of those bigger RPs that are well known in VR chat. Or getting into or creating one yourself. So being a part of a VR family, you know, you're playing the role of a part of a family, you know, whether you be the godfather, whether you be the uncle, whether you be the bitch auntie that's across the room that nobody likes.
Motherfucker!
The Karen.
Yeah, the Karen. You know, it's all preparation for like something bigger. So in a way, you know, if you're playing that part, that could be like an idea of why you wanted to extend the branches. It's just like, hey, this person wants to be a part of it. Okay, fine. You know, I mean, this is just preparation for them, for something bigger potentially down the line.
And I honestly don't know how common it is anymore. I mean, I know it was a lot before 2020, but
It was bigger back in 2018. I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a
2018
lot
has
more
really
of it.
died down for.
Yeah, but as 20, I think as 2019 came to an end is when it started going down.
I don't think it's
The
really
influx
died
of
out.
kids.
It's that
It's not
VR chat
dead.
has more people now that aren't in it, or aren't in some sort of a VR family. And so you just don't see it as much. It used to be almost everyone in VR chat
I'm here
was
to
in
stop.
some
dad
sort of
is
a VR
here.
family, but then thousands of people.
Hi, Dad.
that is here.
I'm not here. I forgot the milk again.
Fuck! Alright, I'll see you in 10
Get
years.
your ass back to the store.
You gotta buy
Don't
cigarettes.
give me my motherfucking
All right,
milk.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go get the milk.
I'll
be right back.
That reminds me
I'll be back.
of, a good old friend of mine. He used to put on a podcast of his own sort of thing, or a show in VR chat, the Man-Child Show with Nintendo.
Nintendo, yeah.
Yep. There was like the last time I ever saw him in VR chat, he literally said, hey, hang on, I gotta go buy milk, and left, and I have never seen him again.
Damn.
That
And
sounds
that
like
was
something
like
Vinny
4
would
years
say.
ago.
Oh
That
my
sounds like
god.
something Vinny would
Damn,
say.
Makes noise.
I wonder if something happened to him, or if he legitimately did this shit as a
Nah,
joke
he's-
to disappear.
He's,
Oh,
no,
it
he's
worked.
good. I mean, he's still doing his thing. It's just
Which I'm not.
he's kind of on his own. There's a whole
sound of
story
drones
I can
around
make
me.
about it, but I don't want to.
This
I'm
is so
gonna touch
hard to fucking steer.
Hey, Turtle, you want to get me VRC Plus so I can
Okay.
actually use the drone?
Okay.
I'm
Stop.
just doing it right
You have
now.
money.
No, I don't.
All
Ah,
right.
damn it.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
I didn't know you could shut those off.
yeah, when you make a new incident, it gives you an option to not have those spawn
And you can
in.
also update them on the fly.
That's cool. I
Yep.
didn't know you could do that.
That's
As long as you can
cool.
still do it, and they've been wanting to play around with those during the podcast.
Me and Xavier immediately pulled them out and we're like, damn, let's fly these.
Yes. No, when it starts flying right when an argument gets heated.
So the
Yeah.
audio is still on that, and it's just it's an annoying sound when there's 3 of them flying around. So that's why I turned it off.
3.
Um,
Oh, this is the third.
3.
Can you seriously not mute the drones?
You can,
that's the
but
question.
it's on a mall that it's on the camera. It's not muted, so I'm not dealing with that right now. Anyway, that's for another
the
thing.
question
Like a fly buzzing
can
around
you
your head.
Mute it from the player, like can you turn your own
Mosquito
off?
at
Like,
2 in the morning.
Yeah.
'cause I can see
Well,
that being
you can't
annoying.
turn yours off, but you can turn the volume down of all drones if you go into sound settings. There's a new
And you
option for that.
And there's
Oh,
no
it
one
is.
to
Oh,
do
I
it on
see
the show.
that.
Now?
Nice. I'm going to turn that down immediately.
Drone? Yeah.
Anyway,
No,
Yeah.
that's
Um,
instantly get shoving to half.
So
I'll leave it
back
on. I
to
like the
the
sound.
families thing, right? So some people treat it like actually real and meet up and have what is it, family reunions IRL. I have heard of those happening. VR chat family reunions, but IRL.
That sounds amazing.
That
I mean,
sounds
I
like
get
That's
that.
gonna
That
be
just
our
sounds
movie.
like a bunch of
bit
friends.
shady.
To me, it
Yeah.
just sounds like a bunch of friends that really get along, and some of them happen to be dating each other, so it works out.
And that's one thing.
Oh,
things like
my
that.
brother's
Like,
It'll
missing
work out if
contacts,
somebody's
okay.
lying about their age.
Because there's also a lot of times where like
It's a
someone
well-planned orgy, isn't it?
a couple oh my god, there's a lot of times that I've seen that the couple will adopt a kid or have some mutual friend of theirs as their kid, and it's it is kind of weird in certain circumstances.
Stop.
It can be, but usually it's more of a nice, deep connection that people
Let him talk.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's cases like me just being like, "You're my child now.
That's
I'm
the
taking
weird
you to
one.
adult
That's
places
a weird
when you turn.
situation.
I'm
I
gonna
actually
take you
have
to
a story
adult places
relating
since
that.
you're 18."
Yeah, everyone else is Texas
Mine is
Chainsaw
Turtle.
Massacre, and Turtle
Turtle,
Dude is
if we're
like,
gonna go
"Welcome to
fight, like-
Jonestown."
You claiming people as children, I should claim you as a
Jones
child.
barbecue and foot
At this
massage.
rate. Half the time I was looking over you.
No, I've had babysitters. I have had babysitters in the past. I don't know
Hi.
what happened to there were a couple girls
I'm
that I
just
had
picturing
had
very
lined up as
confused
babysitters, and they
looking at that
disappeared.
situation.
I don't know what happened to them ever.
We still haven't gotten paid for that babysitting duty.
Yeah, we haven't. Where's our paycheck?
You volunteered.
I got volunteered.
volunteered, eh?
Haven't heard that in
I mean,
a while.
I did it because I
voluntold.
didn't want you fucking hurting yourself, but
Anyway,
anyway.
so yeah, there are some cases where it gets really, really weird, and I've heard some. It's like when there's someone in their like 60s or their 70s in VR chat trying to have VR kids. That gets a little odd to me.
Freaky.
But I mean, you
There-
can't really.
Okay,
Yeah,
now
I
I'm
get it.
curious.
Fuck
Hold
it.
on,
Don't
now
worry
I'm
about
curious.
it.
Now I'm curious. Now I'm curious. What is the age limit? What's like the cap? Like, you hit this age? No. You're not allowed to put on a headset ever. What is the
I didn't
cap?
say that. I said
I can't do
I
that.
didn't.
Because
I don't think there is any age on that either. I'm specifically talking someone that's like in their 60s or 70s or older even, trying to have someone that's in their like 20s as their VR kid. Just
What
a
about
little strange.
So,
What about if you switch it
thinking about
around
that.
and the person in the 60s or 70s is the kid and the person in the 20s is the dad?
God.
That's even
Yeah.
weirder.
Okay, that's just weird.
like,
That's
so
amazing.
it makes
Thinking
it
about that,
weird,
though.
but
That's
it's,
called
it's
an
one of those things.
asylum.
It's
Well,
a
it depends if
convention.
it depends on
Because-
how much
Oh, my
dementia they
As
have.
long as it's legal, I don't really care. So, and there's nothing illegal about saying someone's your kid, so who cares, right? Just let people do
So-
what they
I
want.
can't
Just
say
don't
that.
make it
My
weird.
thing
thinking
is-
about that.
And
VR
also,
chat
I-
is VR chat.
Hey, it's
Honestly,
fucking weird, but it's not
VR
illegal.
chat, young guy, the old guy.
Just
Right.
remember that.
they can't get out as easily as
All
everyone.
ears on Sobe. He has a story.
Great. Speaking about that, I actually joined a world a very long time ago. I don't remember her name, but she kept calling herself the VR chat grandma. That wasn't her name. But she was like in her 70s, and everybody who joined the world, she would meet them and say, I don't care how old you are, don't swear, don't do anything bad. Most of these people are underage, and I'm their temporary grandma.
Is this
I
like
thought
akin to
that's pretty
Skyrim
wholesome.
grandma? Something like that?
Crap, I know. I joined
No,
the world and all she
I'm
said was,
picturing in
"You
my-
don't
You
swear."
know.
I'm picturing in my head that one villain from Teen Titans. Mother loves you.
I'm picturing in my head that one vampire lady from Resident Evil that's just like 7 feet tall.
Oh, Dami Mommy Dimitrescu.
God. I thought it was pretty wholesome at the time, but I was also very shit-faced drunk, so I left immediately.
Yeah.
Because I knew I'd be swearing in front of kids.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
So
yeah, I
VR
don't like
chat.
any area that doesn't allow me to say what the fuck I want.
A lot of the
Shit.
times, I basically consider VR chat a bar with a family bar, basically. Where if you're going to take your kids into the family bar, they're going to hear swearing, they're going to see drunk people, they're going to see people saying and doing some weird shit.
That's fair.
But kids are allowed.
Like taking.
And if you're bringing your kids in there,
for the first time.
you just have to expect them. That shit's
Take your
going to
kids
happen.
to a Chuck E. Cheese and then take shots of whiskey in the parking lot.
Hey, technically, there are casinos that you can take kids into in my state. You can take kids in there and take them to the buffet, take them to Burger King. As long as they don't touch the casino floor where the slot machines are,
Parents
kids
go
are
to
allowed to
bars?
go to casinos.
Yeah.
I
so
know what you mean,
in
circuitry. I've
Wisconsin.
done that before.
They go to all of
In
them.
Wisconsin, kids
Oh,
are
yeah,
allowed
buffets are
in
good.
every bar as long as the bar says it's fine.
Yeah.
The bar, it's at the bar's discretion in Wisconsin. The bar can say no one at
So-
all under 18, or they can say you can be in here if you're under 18 with a parent. And most of the time, like there's usually a few kids around that are playing pool, things like that, because there's no real like community center around my area or in most of Wisconsin where kids can go play like pool, darts, things like that with other kids. So you know, they could go to the bar, and as long as they're not drinking, perfectly legal.
Meanwhile,
back to
while,
when I was in
Indiana
Mississippi.
had
meanwhile,
a
if you're in the
couple of,
Caribbean and you're taller than the bar, you can drink, no matter what age you are.
Nice.
I'm not kidding.
In-
I was in the Caribbean on vacation in 2004, and that was the rule. They said if you're taller than the bar, you can drink whatever you want. We'll make you margaritas, we'll make you tequila sunrises, whatever you want. So my sister
Note
bought
to
me a
self,
tequila
my daughter
sunrise
is
when I
taller than
was
me, take her to the
17.
Caribbean.
I mean,
God.
when I was in the Philippines, when I was 19,
Yeah, no,
Bunch of
not
good
without me.
parents.
Not without me.
We're back on this story, Turtle.
when,
We're
when
back
I,
on the
when I was in the
story.
Philippines, yeah, okay,
Mhm.
7 years ago today, I was in the Philippines, by the way. Fun story. That was 7 years
I got my
ago.
own.
But when I was in the Philippines, if you're an American, they don't give a fuck what age you are. They will take your money and give you whatever you want.
God damn.
I need to move to
If
Puerto
you're
Rico.
Filipino, then they will make sure you're like 16, and then you can drink. I think it's 16 for drinking there. It might be 18.
Yeah.
So is it Caribbean or Caribbean?
I say Caribbean.
I say Caribbean.
It doesn't matter.
You're a
They're both
beaner.
basic- it just depends on how you can pronounce it, really. It's just where you're from.
I say
They're both
Canada.
the same fucking word.
I think it's for the
Canada?
sake of time. If you're in a hurry, you
Canada.
say, "Hey, I'm going to the Caribbean." Bye.
Canada.
But if you're telling a story, you say Caribbean.
North America.
The Pirates of the Caribbean. The Pirates of the Caribbean. Which one sounds better?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Caribbean!
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Anyway, we're
Famous Jim.
Anyway,
We've gone so far off topic, it's great.
Damn.
But no.
I wanted to tell the time I accidentally snuck into a casino.
Oh, God, go for it. Go for it.
So this is back when I was in Mississippi. Casinos will not let you in unless you're 21 and over. But my wife, or then girlfriend, and I were 19 at the time. When we had just gotten out of the grocery store, we had run into someone that needed a ride to one of those casinos. So it's like, fuck it, we'll take him there. And he's like, I'll feed y'all when we get there. We got sat down at a little buffet table, we were there for like an hour. That dude never fucking came back. And we got like pulled aside by one of the managers there because they found out we were under 21 and eating at the buffet without an adult. So I think they were going to charge us, if not for the fact my wife got tiramisu, they didn't cook the alcohol in it correctly and she got drunk off it. So I think to avoid a lawsuit, they just let us go.
That's
We never
hilarious.
got banned from that
That is-
casino either. Like, if I ever go back to Mississippi, I will go back there.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
No, I have a casino story. TwitchCon 2019. On the way there, I turned 21. 21st birthday, I was driving through Vegas. I stopped at a casino in Vegas. Soy
Which one?
Boy, I didn't have money, or I didn't have cash, and the ATM was going to charge like $20 to pull out $100. So Soy
Vegas.
Boy pulls out $5 from his wallet, puts it in the slot machine, spin it once, and boom, $5.10. Like, whoop, okay, I'm good now. Let's go get a drink.
I was at a blackjack table.
And then I spent $25 for a drink for me and Samuelism is what his name was then. He changed it now, but
Oh yeah, I know, Sam.
yeah,
I think I do.
I'm pretty
I
sure
almost
you
got
did.
adopted by someone on VR chat.
Anyway,
Fun little
well,
story.
I mean, I could adopt you.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna yap about my trauma, but when I was between the ages of 16 or 14 to 16, my mother made really bad decisions. Really bad decisions.
Oh boy.
And a couple of the people that I hang out with on VR chat, one of them actually lived really, really close by me. And so we were like, okay, here's how this is gonna go. I'll adopt you, I'll take you to me, you'll live with me for a little while, you'll do schooling, I'll provide everything for you, I will be your parental figure. And then the day before that happens, foster care takes me in, and I'm forced into foster care.
Oof.
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 And then, like, a year and a half later, my biological dad, they actually get a hold of me. And now I'm here.
Well,
Hey, got out.
Damn.
so
Most people can't say that.
I actually met the person before everything because my mom was okay giving out the permission, signing off the adoption documents to give him full custody. Except for some reason that never happened. So I know what he looks like. He's tall as hell. God,
God damn.
he's so tall.
So tall.
Giant man.
well, shit.
It's like 6'4", 6'5".
So any other things on
you.
VR families? Because I'm out of talking points on that.
We're 20 minutes in. Are you serious?
I
Yeah.
thought we were gonna have more arguments on like VR families are
Incest.
fucking weird, but
VR
everyone's just like,
incest.
"Ah,
VR
they're normal,
incest.
they're
Yeah,
fine.
let's go with that.
VR incest.
No.
VR incest.
Yeah,
You
let's get
can't
into
change
that.
my mind.
Let's
No.
get into
Fucking
that.
new cuss.
No.
Bro, this isn't The Hills Have Eyes. Shut up.
Turtle. The thing
I
is,
just
VR
always
chat
thought it
is
was a
VR chat.
Zoomer thing.
you
And
go
had
to a
nothing to do
furry
with me.
world, you see those two furries absolutely plastered, you're just like, oh, that's VR chat. Cool.
Yeah,
and then you
but
move on with your
I-
day.
What the fuck?
I really thought at least one
got a
of you
point.
guys was gonna be like, nah, VR families are weird and they should not exist and no one should be doing
I
that.
literally was the first person that said
We
that
literally
shit.
said that.
Yeah,
Literally,
yeah,
I was
yeah,
the
yeah.
fucking person.
Don't get me wrong. They are weird. But as long as everyone's consenting and
I don't-
adults, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I don't
So,
agree with it at
so
all. I
you
mean,
say,
it's fucking
so you
weird
would
as
say
hell.
if there is someone that claims an actual child,
Bro, this is
so
VR
someone
chat. Can
under
you
18
tell me what's
as
normal?
their VR child,
Change my mind.
that's
No,
not
I said
okay.
everyone. Everyone.
Social
I second
media.
his opinion.
Okay,
involved.
that's what I'm
Yes.
asking.
Well,
That's why I'm
basically
asking
in Twitter.
for
Change my
clarification.
mind.
Okay.
VR chat is Twitter.
Unless that child actually happens
Yeah,
to be yours,
yeah, I
it's
believe
fucking
it.
weird.
I got a question. At what point? At
I
what
blame
point does it?
Roblox, specifically that game, for inspiring the idea of being adopted.
What was your question, Circuitry?
At what point,
what is your question?
let's say a family continues to grow, expand, like you have multiple branches, multiple stuff. At what point does it grow from a family into a cult?
At the point that they have
Another
meetups and drink the Kool-Aid.
Oh, you're talking like a white
The
knight.
drink
That's
the
what that's
forbidden
what that's
juice.
called. That's called a white knight.
And have Kool-Aid.
Turtle said
Kind of like the
when
game
they
called
meet
White
up and drink the
Clay.
Kool-Aid, and then immediately commercial break.
If it is something very
Well, let's get the Kool-Aid out, boys.
You gotta get the
actually
match.
answer your question,
Oh
Circuitry.
yeah.
Like if it's like a
For the
small
people
steady
who
growth, like
have-
maybe like a
for
person
the
or two a
people
year, that's
who
one
are
thing. But if you get like
sub-
20 people every month,
Turtles
that's
stream.
cult-like.
Yeah, but let's say if you have one person who is like in the middle of the family, no, you're not going to call me by my username. You're going to call me daddy, or you're going to call me dad. No
Then
ifs,
that's
ands, or
fucking
buts
weird.
about it.
At
Why
that
did you
point,
say
there's no
daddy
consent.
first? Circuitry?
People like-
Do we need
I've
to
heard
talk about
stories.
this?
I've heard stories. I'm not repeating
know.
them here because
I've
I don't want to
seen
get us
them.
banned.
Remember who I hang out with.
I'll gladly do it for you.
So when does the Turtle family become a cult? Because didn't he say at the beginning of the stream he has untold numbers of wives
57?
and husbands?
I had like
57
150
was
wives,
Of that.
and
So
I
you
had
know
like
there's at least
200
69.
kids at one point.
Of course.
Yeah, I did all of that as a giant meme.
Let's
And
just be
it
real.
all
All
just
of VR chat is his family.
it all dissolved.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Everybody's
Who
getting
was
fancy
it
pregnant.
that
Everyone's related.
Vampy, you should know who it was, but who was it that I married, and then he was like so angry about it and wanted a divorce, and I was like, no, we're never getting divorced.
He.
Oh God. Yeah, I was part
Not
of that.
ringing
I was
a
part of
bell.
all the marriages. I said I was number 69.
Like I said, it was a
Turtle
giant
got married to a
meme
dude?
for me.
Turtle dude? Wait
Dude,
a
I was
minute. It's
married
all,
to, like,
it's all making sense now.
No, so like I said, I was in so many different fake marriages in VR chat because they're just hilarious and they're funny, and it was a big meme. It all started back when I was just hanging out in a random world, and some people were supposed to get married, and then the one person runs away and says, I can't do this, and disappears. So they were like, well, we're all here. I'm like, fuck it, I'll get married. So I got married to the dude that was supposed to get married, and that's how it all started.
And
And
then
then,
it quickly
then he
spiraled out of
eventually
control
had
until
his
we
then
found
he's
out.
a
That's when
turtle.
Turtle
husbands
became
or
Turtle Dude.
wives. I forget how many your total was.
I
The
think it
shells
was like
have eyes.
150 by the end.
green
150.
Kool-Aid.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
I'm a green
So
apple.
150 husbands or wives, and then
that
200
does sound good.
kids. Yeah, that's
Husbands
It's
or
just
wives.
subjugation.
Husbands or wives.
No, that's great.
How
Yeah.
many dudes did you have, Turtle?
well.
I
There's at
don't
least,
know.
and let's just say at least half of them
Dude,
are dudes.
There was one girl that I married on Valentine's Day. That one was hilarious. I actually liked that girl. Don't really talk to her much anymore, but that's a story of VR chat. You meet someone,
Yeah.
you like them, don't talk to them for 6 years. They randomly reappear and be like, "Yeah, my life turned to shit." It happens.
I think the Maury Show should
Stop
come to
calling
VR
me
chat.
out,
They'd have so many seasons with you on it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Turtle just called out my
You
name.
are not the father. Shit,
Yeah,
I'm not
he
the
was
father
being
of any of these
funny.
250
I can hear mine
kids.
screaming. I'm gonna see if she's laughing or crying. I'll return.
Dude, oh my god.
It's never a good thing.
Oh
to
my
hear.
god. Oh, hang on. We should
I was
do a
messing-
Maury show in VR chat. That would be hilarious. We should do
Or
a
a
show
Jerry
like
Springer
that.
show.
Maury.
Or a Jerry Springer show.
Oh god. Oh god.
Instead of
Oh
Maury, we
god.
just
Let
yell
me
turtle.
fucking tell
Never
you.
mind. As soon as my peripherals came back, I could hear her.
When
giggling.
my
It's fine.
mom and dad divorced, my dad tried to get my mom onto the Jerry Springer show.
Oh my god.
I'm completely serious. My mom got a call from them, and she was
I would
like,
have had my VCR
"Fuck
prepped
no."
for that shit. I would have hit
That
the
would've
record
been
button the minute the
amazing.
episode started.
We can actually watch the episode.
Yeah. and they wanted to put them on it because it was such a fucked situation, everything that was going on there. It's a long story that I'm not going to get into on Twitch, at least not now, but maybe in the future.
Maybe on his OnlyFans.
Here's the
Paywall
basic
content.
story.
Only turtle.
When it comes to relating to fathers and everything. So, I was not raised in Indiana. And it's funny because my aunt messaged me, right? And I was telling her about how I want to get my social security card, that way I can move out of this.
Okay, now you're just being too loud. I'll be right back.
And so...
My VR mother would join. I'm just trying to remember what her VR name is. And if she's home. We can get her on. And
I messaged my aunt because my aunt was asking
Well, she'd
how
have
I
to
was
join
doing,
the
and-
group.
Yeah, no, I just try and
Davion, you have a
send
tear
her
on
an
your
invite
face.
and get her to join it.
I noticed, and I'd locked my movement, so I'm stuck. I can't turn left or right. I was playing with the settings and trying to find something, and I literally stuck myself. This is all I got. Okay, I found it.
So you had a story?
Anyways, so my aunt messaged me, and the first thing she asked was, "Hey, do you like chocolate and peanut butter?" Great conversation starters, by the way, 10 out of 10. And I messaged her back, and I was like, "Yeah." Afterwards, she messaged me how I was doing and what was going on, and I told her about how I was planning on getting a few things and moving out of the States. And she was like, "Oh yes, since you were born in Indiana, it makes it harder for you to get your old social security number and everything, right?" And I'm like, "No, I was born in Ohio. That's not how that works."
Ohio, you say?
Yeah,
my.
Ohio, I say. It's funny because my mom gave birth to me, and then after she gave
I
birth
was
to
sure
me,
she did.
Me too, man. Me too. Afterwards, she took me.
Man,
told
it'd
my
be weird if your
that
dad
she
gave
was
birth.
going on a doctor's appointment, and then completely left the States
Wow.
and tried to get him to pay child support, which somehow worked. Crazy.
That
Wow.
Crazy woman. Crazy woman, dude. Absolutely insane woman. God, I hate my mom.
Crazy bitch.
Yeah, no, some people are
Life
like, "Oh
lesson,
my
don't
god,
stick your dick in
your mom
crazy."
gave birth to you. Your mom gave birth to you. You should love your mom."
Well, you know, I've always said for a long time now that anyone that says that, oh, they're your family, so you have to treat them nice. No, because if family treats you bad, you don't need to put up with it. You can get out of there. You can run away. You can go do your own fucking thing. You don't... Family does not just automatically mean you're stuck with them and you have to deal with whatever they're going to put you through, no matter what. No. As soon as you're 18, you can get out of there.
The only reason I haven't got out of here is because I need my social security card. So I'm currently working towards that. Once I get that, I can get out of here.
Hey, you want to come to Wisconsin?
I'm already going to Texas.
The turtle cult
Damn.
bros.
Wait, Turtle, didn't you invite me to come to fucking
Oh.
to Wisconsin? Didn't you do that to me?
Yeah, like 2 days into knowing you.
Fight everybody here.
He's
bro,
inviting
leave
me
that
to
offer
go
up,
with
though.
him to, what was it? Some type of like futuristic convention or something like that.
Oh, the
Oh,
techno-
EDM festival, yeah.
EDM,
I'm not.
yeah.
I don't think I'm going to that one because there's only like one headline that I really would actually like to see, and I'm not going to spend $150 to see that one.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
We should still meet
But
up.
anyway, yeah. Any other
Oh,
VR
damn,
family
I can't even
related
invite-
stories?
I don't have permissions
Well.
to invite to group to invite my VR mother. She'll be getting on shortly. She just got home.
Let me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like when it comes to the topic, it's not really as exciting as I thought talking about it was going to be. I have a story
about the-
between two VR chat families in a war.
Oh
kinda
boy,
skipped-
tell it.
Subject B.
Yeah.
I was gonna throw something out here.
No, we did touch on that. We touched on all the topics without ever having to look at the topics.
It was
As
funny.
the VR chatters are getting older, eventually
if
you
you
will
want,
have
I
VR
could spell out
families
the
that are
names so you can
genuinely
invite them to the
families.
group.
I'm enabling you to join, inviting them. So give me a second.
Maybe.
The war.
You'll have
the war
like,
between
oh,
two
this is my
families was
daughter.
weird.
This is the worlds I used to go to when I was playing VR chat. I'm just saying that's a thing that's gonna be happening. That's literally
Among
the
Us world
future.
used to
Is
have
VR
thousands
families,
of
they're
people in
fantasy
it.
now, but they
Not the
will be
ghosts.
real. A lot of you here will bring your sons and daughters into like, yeah, this is the
We're
tree
gonna-
house. It's a really nice
gonna-
place. This is where we were.
Thanks,
back in
Dad.
my
This is where I
days,
met your
sorry.
father, mother.
Photorealistic. This world isn't photorealistic, Dad. You win here. Ugh.
Mm,
Oh
have you
God.
ever tried, I don't know,
Hardcore
telepathy,
drunk.
please, something, I don't know.
Telepathy, my
Google
Chris.
Math.
I will be flirting with you telepathically today, so
Oh, you should be able to now.
I'm being
The
so
black
father,
cat,
I'm
that's
leaving
so
you.
old. Bye, Dad. I'm gonna leave you in this
The
old
war
world.
between two VR chat families I was in got very complicated because I was
I'm listening to
dating
my music.
one of
Turn
their
up the
quote-unquote
treble.
kids.
Oh my
I
god.
was on-
You were
I
in
was
both
on-
families and you were dating one of the kids. So this is
I-
going back to the
So this was when I was 16. I was also dating one of the kids who was also 16, around my age. However, one family was like, yo, you should come to this side, and the other family was like, yo, you should stay on this side because this is your boyfriend. And I'm like, what if I don't want to be a part of anything anymore? So I still got information on it because of that boyfriend. However, the back and forth was so annoying. It was like, I don't even know what it was half the time. And then both of the owners of the families, or like the mothers of the families or whatever, both of them had split personality disorder. So it just got more crazier and crazier the deeper it went. And it's just like every other day they'd have a new quote unquote child. So confusing.
Or they should be able to join.
Yep. I guess.
I saw them join the group, and I had to set their permission to be able to join the world.
I don't know. It kind of felt like a Romeo and Juliet type situation with the whole dating one of their children. It was so
oh,
bad.
Juliet, to date your own children. All right.
Like I would barely be able to go over there because they'd be like, "No, you're not allowed over here." But I'd still go over there anyways.
I'll show them once they're in.
It was like it felt like a Romeo and Juliet scene.
Or like West Side Story.
That's great.
Remember, that reminded me.
I remember
Oh, yeah,
one
that's what that reminded me.
one group of friends that I had back in like 2018, 2019, just completely disintegrated because they were one of the VR families that I knew back then. And well, the mom and the dad of the whole family were dating. They broke up. Half the kids were like, I like the mom better, I'm gonna stick with them and block the dad. Half the kids were like, I like the dad better, so I'm gonna stick with him and block the mom. And it was a shit show, and I just ran away from that
Fucking
whole
shit show.
situation.
I think I know. I think I have an idea of who you're talking about because that story sounds vaguely familiar to me. Because yes,
It's probably happened more than once. I guarantee it
That
has.
is basically
well,
the definition
being
of
that
full
you and I are
custody.
friends with this, I think it's the same people. I think
Oh,
so.
hang on. VR chat full custody of VR children is the
To have a
child
VR
blocking
court
the other
system.
parent.
Oh my god, that's the custody battle. That's the custody battle.
It's
And
literally
best part
just
is
mom
they
and
go
dad.
through like
It's
the
a-
ones and zeros of their headset and be like, yes, these line up with this parent. You are the father. If there's
My
one zero off,
version of that
Glory!
is a
Like,
father
there's
girlfriend
zero
breaking
one.
up, and they have a dog, and they're
One,
just
one,
calling
zero,
the dog.
zero,
Wherever
one.
the dog goes to gets
Yeah,
custody.
You're
the kid's
not the
choice. They
father.
get to choose the
Oh
parent.
my god.
Okay, can we just like, since we're talking about such wild topics today, and it's all like Maury or Jerry Springer, we need to go have a watch party of some. Maury and Jerry
God, I hate
Springer now.
those shows so much.
You're talking like a compilation of like, you are not the father.
Exactly.
Hey, Turtle, are you or are you not the father? I gotta know now. I
God,
I am
I
your
want to
father.
Greet you.
Oh God. Oh no.
I know. I don't know. Do you have a turtle's pecker?
Shut the
What?
fuck up.
Oh, what the fuck?
What
I want
the
to know.
Do you-
hell did you
do
just
you
say?
have a-
Peck a
Do you
peck.
have a turtle's
what?
pecker?
After stream, explain it. After that, explain to me.
If he's the dad,
Mother.
then you'd have
Welcome.
a turtle's peck. Then you'd have your dad's
I'll
long
sit over
john.
here with you.
Okay.
It's above average. It's above average. I will say that.
So yeah, we are. If you want, there's a paper on the table that basically lists the subjects of
Oh,
parts of the subject today.
Dad, how many kids do you have?
Can I just like, can I record
I'm keeping
you
it at
doing that
one.
stuff
I
and
don't
just
wanna have a
it as
collection
my,
of kids while
phone's
you're talking to them.
alarm? When it's time to get up.
David, do you have any sort of a
It's just me,
VR family?
me beatboxing or some shit.
Me?
Is that what you're talking about?
As a ringtone.
I feel. I can feel the disappointment in my
Didn't
VR
come to
mother's
you.
eyes already just looking.
I heard my name, but
Okay.
I missed the other part of it.
So,
There's
Vampy,
nothing
you
decipherable
brought
there.
your mom, your VR mom, and we're talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
VR families.
Mom,
So
are you
this is
single?
great. This is perfect.
Don't worry, on my right side monitor, I got
Oh
like
my
this
God.
shit with
You-
high
I can
highs, so
promise
she's
you,
got
I'm the
me
second
there.
youngest here. I got plenty of live time compared to these boys.
The funny thing is, I
I
turn
got
to my right and
plenty of
realize
live
I'm
time.
doing
Okay,
stuff,
everyone
and I'm
quiet
saying
for a
he's
second.
rather delicious.
Everyone quiet for a second, please. We're over here, and this motherfucker looks at her and says, "Are you single?" Looks at Vampy's mom.
I mean,
Vampy's VR mom.
to be fair, are you single?
Yeah, I gotta know. Like, are you single?
Yeah.
Okay.
We would like to know.
We need to not bring girls on this show ever again. Oh my god, guys.
This looks like a Rainbow Six Siege lobby.
This is so fucked.
Look.
Now you know why they're
VR available. She'd be kicking my ass right now. I just know it.
Oh, I would love to watch that.
Oh, she did it. all
Me
the
next
time.
after you're done.
She'd be. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Okay,
Take his ring away. Oh, it's already
this
gone.
episode is just dissolving. Like just falling
Shit
apart.
show, never forget.
And it's all thanks to my dumb ass.
Wow.
So how are you?
I mean, that's something I normally say.
I'm just waiting for him to pull the you want to get a drink with me
I don't know.
card.
We shit the show faster than we normally shut shows
Oh
before.
yeah. Let me do that real quick. So you wanna go?
Yeah.
Hey, Kokomi.
So,
you
Vampy,
wanna go
you-
get
you-
drinks sometimes? Sometime soon. Something
That
like that?
slow
Yeah.
turn. Oh my god. Okay, but Vampy, you brought her here. You obviously wanted to bring her here for a reason. So what is that
Well,
reason?
Well, if we're going to be talking about VR families, I thought I might as well bring my VR mother because she also has how many other kids? There's at least 2 others, I believe.
Oh, never mind. I don't want to be a daddy.
He turned deadbeat in fast in 60 seconds.
Bro, Vampy's already a problem child. You don't need any more in your life. Okay, come on.
Oh, never mind. Can we go out? I just realized I can be Vamp's dad now. I just realized that.
He's never married him twice
I can
divorced.
tell
How the
you.
hell he do that?
Fuck. Keep
It's
your
okay, we
dick
love
in
your
your
son. He's
pants,
great.
man. You're
Oh,
one of
God.
us. You're not just surrounded by idiots. You are an idiot.
You're acting like I want to be an idiot.
Look, if anyone's surrounded by idiots, it's literally Kokomi here. So
I got this from your genetics. This is your genetics.
You're adopted, though.
if you're yelling at me or
Bro,
something, I
pass
know
it
you're
on to
staring
me.
down. I don't know what you're
He's
trying to say.
adopted. I can't pass anything on to
Don't
So-
tell
him.
me, my eyes
In
over
other
here.
words,
So there's-
we have yet to let her talk.
Yes.
She can
keep
talk if she
interrupting.
wants. Is she going to
Yeah.
talk, Vampy?
I don't know. She's staring at me, and I am curious if she will talk. She might not be
She
able
is
to.
very, very
Check Discord, see if she's sending you messages.
Everyone quiet. We're
I
gonna
have
give her
Discord
5
on my other
seconds.
Screen. I see. I have our DMs open, so if she sends me anything on Discord, I can see it. She's staring at me like she's.
There you have it, folks.
What a fucking way to break the silence. Holy shit.
So wait, no, I'm good now. I just realized that your mom's actually a dad and not a mom. I'm good now.
That's
What the
crazy.
I'm terrified.
Anyways, you want to go get a drink sometime?
Oh yeah, bro, we can get a drink anytime you want, my guy. I got you.
Hell
homie.
yeah, let's go
Don't
get a
worry.
drink
We're
together,
talking
man.
about-
I would love it.
I am
I got
way
you, bro.
too sober for this. I think we need to drink the Kool-Aid.
But anyways,
I
Kokomi,
think so.
I see that ass is kind of sticking out a little bit.
We-
so,
we need the Kool-Aid.
It's amazing.
Trying to hit tonight.
Does
Anybody
Like,
here have Kool-Aid?
okay.
I got sparkling
Oh, that's
water.
a dude.
What's
Never
up?
mind.
About
Fuck
VR
this shit.
families.
That's a
Dude, I
guy.
love
Never mind.
sparkling water. Oh
That's
my
a
God.
fucking dude.
I thought it would be fun to actually.
Watermelon
have
night.
If you bend over, then it's a fucking dude. You gotta bend over first.
You know, speaking of, a lot of my children call me mom. Because I
Is that
used to be
because-
in a
So-
female avatar, and they were just like,
I'm
"Mommy."
pretty sure you're going to beat me in the next chance.
I call him
So,
Turtle.
yeah. I am definitely
Oh, I
the
can't do the
redheaded
voice
stepchild
right
of
now.
this family.
That's 1,000% accurate.
I remember it.
God, this
I've
this
been
episode
listening.
is.
looking avatar.
I don't know how I keep coming up with the weirdest topics that just make everything fall apart so fast.
Turtle,
So,
Turtle, you know we got some really
Since,
big VR
since stealth
news.
is gone, I'm gonna go ahead and
Which-
say it.
which
Fuck it,
is
shit show, never
the
forget.
drones and stuff. We could have talked about that.
as I said, there's a paper on the
Yeah,
table. You can
yeah.
pick up
I think next.
the topic
So okay, we're
discussion,
gonna
all the little
pretty
mini
much
points.
sort of wrap things up now. We're gonna talk about what we're gonna talk about next week. I think the latest features of VR chat and would be a good thing to talk about for next week.
The drones, let's fly them around.
Yeah,
I want this
now
trial.
I'll enable
Facial
them.
expressions avatar on desktop.
Hi, I'm over here.
Yeah, he's been
I'm
using
in
it.
I'm in it right. I've been in it the entire time.
So yeah, next
What you
week we
think?
will.
It's great. I don't have to be in VR. I don't have to spend
So-
30 minutes getting ready in VR.
Also, we thank you for coming out, Kokomi.
You know, the few
thank
lines
you.
have been literally
And
saying I'm
tolerating the
adopted
madness.
and calling me the redheaded stepchild.
Also,
And then
thanks for
Vampy
calling him
inviting.
adopted. That was amazing.
You had an idea that this was going to happen too. Knowing Vampy, if you knew Vampy, you knew that I was like, this is going to be some crazy stuff right here. I know it. I know it.
And Stealth wasn't even here for the.
Oh,
past,
God, he-
like half hour.
I don't care what they say. Toshi best
There's
mommy
so
in the
much
game.
Don't she best mommy? Yeah, she's willing to beat me.
Oh
with
my
a
god.
shield.
Yeah, I think next week we'll talk about the VR chat
Pussy?
updates. Do you have Tourette's or something?
I'm starting to think that too.
I'm wondering that too.
We're going to
to
talk
believe it's
about. Okay. Anyway, Next week, we're going to talk about VR chat updates and upcoming features.
Calm.
So anything that's new in VR chat over the last couple months since we last talked about it. And anything that we know is coming soon to VR chat.
Calm.
Ooh, we should use the
Coming
updates
soon
to
to a
make,
VR chat near
You
you.
have to have Tourette's. You need to,
to
get
make a
yourself
Beyond
checked out,
Pixels like musical trailer, like right at the beginning of every video.
I don't have to,
He has one of those. He just hasn't used it yet.
I have a song that I made with AI, but
Ooh.
yeah, I just haven't done
You have
anything
a
with
lot-
it yet.
You have a stack of good songs from AI. A stack of.
man. So,
Yeah.
How have you been?
Anyway, so
Let's talk. Hey,
Any
let's just
last-
remind everyone that with the AI songs he's made, there's 9 of them that are about me. We're not gonna talk about exactly what they're about, but there's 9 of them.
he goes to jail.
9-inch
favorite
hole.
I
one
go
is
to
pick a
jail.
hole, bussy hole.
That's all we're
pick a
saying.
hole. That's a
Yeah,
hole.
that's all that needs to be said.
Anyway, so I think we're gonna wrap up a little early today. Minutes
Before
early.
we go, I'm just throwing this out there because really I didn't get shit this entire. I've had a very bad week, but 2 days ago was my birthday, and I'm officially a year closer to the grave. So, hooray for me!
Happy 56th
All
birthday,
right.
Circuitry.
Happy belated birthday.
Yeah, have-
We will
Close enough.
always be immortal inside our graves.
We're all
Anyway.
stepping.
Well, until
It's hard to believe you're
So-
already 18.
Happy late
Oh my
birthday!
fucking god.
Bro, if I was 18, I would probably have a gun to my head.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Oh god.
That is
Yeah.
not something you should be saying
Beyond Pixels.
at all.
Formerly known as-
Switch on
Anyway,
In
thank you
Minecraft.
all. Thank you all for being here for episode 65 of the Beyond Pixels podcast. We're gonna go ahead and
No, actually,
do my thing.
Ivory's 19.
So
Foxy
you can shut up. I'm doing my outro. Fuck you.
fuck off.
Oh, when and where? When and where?
No, seriously, guys, shut up for a minute. So you can find us every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time over on Twitch, Protodude01. You can also find every previous episode over on the same name on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Comment how you feel about VR families. That'd be great. Shut up. I swear I am going to mute you.
Tourette's confirmed.
I'm going to
Did
force
someone
you
just
to.
say daddy?
Anyway, so we talk about all sorts of different topics, VR, online. Mostly try to focus on the VR and online, but sometimes we steer away and talk about something completely unrelated to the internet. Those ones are always interesting episodes when that happens. So yeah, I guess we will do the thing that we do at the end of every episode. And
Which catch you starting with?
Beat up Vampy.
I'm starting on this side.
There.
Beat on Vampy. Oh my
Okay.
fucking god.
I was about
Don't
to say
make
start
that a
over
new
there to
fucking
give
routine,
Salt the
please.
biggest chance to actually come back, but
Do it.
Oh, it's still okay.
Look.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
start with
Bring you to the longest
Savion.
I've been in most nights.
All right.
Kill yourself.
I guess I do got one thing. I will be streaming tonight in about an hour, doing some games, but that's not important. What I should let you know is there is certainly this thing called Thigh Highs Combat Edition. They're combat thigh highs. You put them there and they have extra pouches. You put them in their
Oh my
legs. It's a thing. It exists. You can get it. It's a real thing. That's up. Let's go get yourself some
I wanna-
combat thigh highs.
I want to
Ooh,
tactical
combat that
kill.
highs. Now I need to look into those.
Nah.
Fancy. Go
Tactical
away.
kills.
Fuck you.
Ooh.
Do you have anything
They
to
have
show?
those.
I need to know
those.
more about these after. Hold on.
Yeah, tell me
I want a
more.
Snickers. That's all I want. That's all I'm gonna say. I just want Snickers.
Oh, okay.
Tactical
Mm,
Snickers
so
and thigh
hungry.
highs.
Kick and Rumble.
Anyway,
That's
what
my
about the combat
RKATRII. Also, all the links can be found on my X account.
It's
Same
okay.
name.
So it's literally like it has pockets, like
And
cardboard pockets.
happy birthdays
around
would be appreciated in
us
the
just
comments.
on the thigh
Thank you.
highs, combat thigh highs, and you have to put
Okay.
band, like a little band that goes around the leg, put the
Hi.
knives in
You.
and stuff.
Hi.
Mr. Tourette's.
Just of
Hi.
course you do that,
So,
but
yes.
yes, combat thigh highs, totally nice, low price of $50. Oh, sorry, I was talking about thigh high so loud.
Wait, what was I talking about?
The sound of my cheeks are clapping the cards.
Only Nebs.
Only Nubs, that's right. Make sure to join the Only Nubs group.
Here y'all, my wall.
That's it. Make sure you join the turtle group as well.
Does your mother have anything to shill, Vampy?
I mean, if anything, it might be her Twitch. I
Die.
don't know what else.
Okay, that's great. Vampy, go for
This
it.
is a mama I can get behind.
All right.
Yeah, I bet you'd like to get
I've
behind
been
her.
streaming very infrequently at twitch.tv/sir_Butlerworth. Other than that, I've been enjoying a lot of time on VR chat on my nights off because I found a group that I really enjoy being with. And it's one that takes verification to a whole new level. Anyways.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yes.
Xavier.
Anyways.
and I
that-
think
please.
Ooh,
I think Stealth is dead, so
Oh,
we're just gonna
yeah.
snap back
for,
from there.
For,
Stealth before he
for,
gets
for
back.
Stealth, you can find him at
Oh.
twitch.tv/Stealth the Fox.
I keep getting combat boots. I keep getting thigh high.
Yeah, make
combat
sure to
boots.
check
I'm
out
actually
Stealth
getting
if you're
thigh
still
highs.
here watching.
Where are these
anyway.
thigh highs, man?
I'm gonna get the link again. Someone sent me on Discord.
Now I'll let
Oh,
you
okay.
talk about your thigh highs, Xavion.
Xavier, I'm wearing thigh highs
So I
right now.
actually,
I'm not even
actually
kidding.
quite upset because I got this
can't
pair of
believe
thigh
this.
highs, right? And
Oh
they
my
have
fucking-
cat paws at the bottom of them, and they're so comfortable. But I lost
Look, at
the
least I can
right
take you to
one.
those
I don't know
long
how I
as I
lost
can.
the right sock. I
Wait,
just lost
Xavion,
the
rate
right
my
sock.
thigh highs.
I know where to go.
I'm wearing a pair right now.
I get
They're gray.
I get the right gray.
You want a picture?
I give
You
that.
want a picture?
Is it just plain gray or is it like quilted? You get quilted extra points. You can get it.
They're
immediate
quilted. They are quilted.
I'll
Immediate
give
eight.
you the
Okay.
money for. I'll give you the money for
Would
Skittles.
definitely beat the shit.
I got gray, I got black, and I
We
got
only
white.
almost
and I
made
got
it to
brown.
an hour.
Damn. That's
7:56.
Joe.
Here, listen.
That's right on.
For you.
Hear that?
Yep, I need to get an 8 terabyte